Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Charm City Sideline Podcast. I'm Zach, and to your right is Brad. Tonight, we're just covering, an honestly kind of exciting preseason game here, week one, and we're also getting into this joint practice that the Colts had with us, just overreacting really to an entire week of interesting storylines. Brad, how are you feeling, dude? There was some fun moments in that game.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. A lot of players looked really good. A few players did not, and we'll get into it. But yeah, that was, despite the passing offense, that was, especially for having that bad of a passing offense, a pretty exciting preseason game.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a few major headlines, probably led by Lajohntay Wester's home run of a punt return, just complete electricity, lightning in a bottle. And to give you a little more pat on the back, you're freaking gem of a find of a return man that the Ravens end up taking, and now in the preseason he's balling out too. So I mean, I know you had to have been either jumping up and down or go at the screen, dude, that has to be, oh man, that was such a great feeling. I'm sure for the fan base finding a good returner.
Yeah, and you're gonna get a pat on the back later in this show, but yeah, man, that was obviously we all watched a lot of Colorado. I mean, if you watch any college football, you're gonna have Colorado on your TV.
Yeah,
and I mean, excluding Travis Hunter, like Wester was like really good last year for them, like definitely their number 2 receiver. And I liked him a lot. I think he was at FAU and was really, really good before transferring to Colorado. And last year, Zach, I mean, the punt returning made me furious every single game. And I was like, the Ravens need to draft a punt returner. And I think Wester, according to PFF, second best punt returning grade in the nation, had a couple, explosive punt returns with Colorado, some at FAU as well. And the first punt return, actually, he had to sprint up to catch it, and I was already, feeling very good about it.
Yeah, that one.
And then good. And then his second punt return reverses field, great vision, patience, and scores. Not to mention, I think basically the only receiver that 2 catches for 41 yards today for Wester. The next best receiver had 9 yards. So really, really good night for him. And yeah, he was sort of the guy I was talking about all draft season as, a day 3 gem for me. So this one feels good.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, there was the beginning of the game, I think it was Keaton returning. So I think that even
returning
then
kicks.
Yeah, but still, you would have thought that it was still given a chance to someone like Wester eventually. I thought that there was like a little concern because I didn't think Keaton would be doing that much, and then going out there and playing like he did, I was just flat out impressed. So I don't know, maybe I was overthinking it, but I think that that was quite the storyline. But another storyline is that Keaton Mitchell is freaking back. That was a heck of a start. I was just 20-yard run, we'll stop, and then a 20-yard run again. I'm like, geez, dude. I mean, it's fun to see him, and it's got to be a feel-good thing for the fan base too, because sure, right now the offense, it seems like, Derrick Henry and Justice Hill, they have their spots carved out 110%. But when you talk about Keaton Mitchell, it's about, can he provide a home run ball or two in games, and showing that he can in a preseason game too, as the lead guy, especially after freaking kick return. That's super impressive. I mean, it was super cool to see him ball out, Brad.
Yeah, Keaton Mitchell, 9 carries for 68 yards. I believe that's over 7 yards a carry. Yeah, man. I mean, he looks good. I mean, his first year here, he looked like unstoppable. And we're going to see if he can, continue and, fully get back to that this year. But like, definitely a positive note tonight. the touchdown run was really nice, made a couple people miss, sort of dove for the end zone. Yeah, I was like, please get him out of the game at a certain point because, I think we've seen enough and like Henry, Hill, and Mitchell, like you got a nice room of backs there. And another running back also, in my opinion, impressed me tonight, Rasheen Ali.
Hmm.
Um, he had a drop really early, and it was like, oh man, but ended up having that long kick return. So, special teams for the Ravens tonight, very, very impressive. I think Rasheen Ali returned a kick to like the other like 20-yard line ish,
Yeah.
maybe 30. Um, and then had a couple explosive runs too. Harbaugh just mentioned that he got banged up tonight, and they have to look at other options in the running back room. So that's a little concerning. I mean, banged up and then having to look at other options is kind of confusing. Banged up is
That's true.
out a few days. I mean, maybe he's saying they need another body for the next week of camp.
Probably.
So that's what I'm hoping for because I mean, Ali looked really good tonight to me as well. So hopefully nothing crazy for him injury wise.
And I wouldn't say it was an extremely impressive night for Dearness Johnson too, but he got 18 carries. So
Yeah.
they definitely need another body in there if someone like
Yeah.
Ali
Yeah.
is banged up. Another, well, I'm gonna go like two sides of the spectrum here. One side is Ojabo absolutely killing Anthony Richardson as that game starts. I'm in Indiana, and that reaction of any Colt fan freaking out was insane.
Mhm.
Especially that early on. And it's also pretty good to see, one of our edge rushers just light up a potential starting quarterback, in the preseason too. So
Yeah.
I felt good about that.
Yeah, and you and I were texting. I have no idea if it was even yesterday or today about Ojabo a little bit.
Yeah.
Jeff Zrebeck was talking on the Ravens Collective pod about Ojabo being a guy like no one's thinking Ojabo's going to make this team, but like he
Yeah.
very well could. If the Ravens keep 6 edge rushers, Ojabo is going to be on the team. And something about David Ojabo is he always makes the play that's in front of him. I don't think I've ever seen him miss a
That's
sack,
a great
miss a
note.
tackle. He's had a few strip sacks in regular season games in his career, just hasn't been able to stay healthy. So like that was good to see. I mean, obviously completely unblocked, but still looks explosive. And I mean, sucks for Anthony Richardson, who, in my opinion, I mean, he playing like decently well up until that point. I mean, he was 2 for 3, 21 yards. But his couple completions look good to me, and then he dislocates his pinky. So, I mean that sucks for him. I guess staying on the edge rusher side of things, Mike
Yeah.
Green and Adisa Isaac combined for a sack.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Adisa Isaac, I think, was barely healthy last year, and usually when this happens with the Ravens rookie, they never end up turning out. So I think it's really promising to see Adisa Isaac have a good camp so far, and also have a very good first preseason game, along with obviously Mike Green, who I think played the whole first half and at times looked unblockable. Obviously got to the quarterback a few times. I mean, the bend on that guy is insane. We talked about it, Zach, right after the Senior Bowl. We talked about Mike Green,
Mm-hmm.
and I go back to this. I remember us saying, "There's no point of talking about him because he's not going to be there at 27."
Yeah. Here's one
Ravens
of those
get him
names.
at what 50, whatever. I don't even remember what their pick was anymore.
Yeah.
Insane athlete. He's going to be a good player.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, sure, that's hype. I don't think they actually credited him for a half sack. I think
Yeah,
they
I mean,
gave it
Isaac
to
did take
Isaac.
him down.
But I know, yeah. So I mean, either way, seeing him get back there is a good sign. And including Adise Isaac, that's another fringe name, I guess, to be a part of, the roster and everything. So I don't know. I did want to mention though, my other side of the spectrum was with the offensive line. And that had to do with a kind of a rough showing from, I believe, a starting guard for us right now in Faalele. And that's a little rough. Sure, you're not putting up 100% energy in the preseason. And I do think the coaches would be asking you to, but I don't think you are. So I'm giving a little cushion. It's a small cushion, but it's still not a good sign to see, someone give that up. Sure, it could have been anyone. If it was, the other side of the ball and they give it up, we're just going to be like, it's the preseason. So there is like, I don't know, a scale to kind of follow, but I don't know how to value it. It's not a good look for him given he is who he is to this fan base right now.
Yeah, Faalele getting, completely pushed back into Cooper Rush's face on a drop back pass. It's just, and I honestly think it didn't look bad as it actually did because Rosengarten also got beat on the edge. So you kind of see multiple guys coming at Rush. If Faalele was the only guy that got beat, it would have looked even worse, I think.
Yeah.
But this is just one of those things where it's like the fan base and the coaching staff just completely disagrees.
Yeah.
And I think I'd even include the media in the disagree portion, like the guys who are at practice. Like, and Faalele did improve a lot towards the end of last year. And like right now, like Zach, you and me, like we're talking about one rep right now, but like it's a blooper. Like it's
sure
you can't have those. And I do like what you said. Like if that happened to Voorhees, I mean, there'd still be videos of it on Twitter and stuff, but we would not be as concerned, I don't think. So yeah, I mean, my thing is Faalele can really only get better. Like he probably will be better than he was last year, despite like what we saw tonight. So I mean, I don't know. And then there's the whole Ben Cleveland thing, who I think looked good tonight. Dove on a fumble, saved possession for the Ravens there at one point. I mean, is it perfect either? And, I think Ben Cleveland's issue is he's probably just not good in practice for whatever reason. But, I mean, when he has started, 2021, I think when the Ravens played against the Rams with Tyler Huntley and sort of held his own against Aaron Donald, like rookie Ben Cleveland or whatever, second year, whatever it was. I just think he's good in games, man. Like, I just think Ben Cleveland is a solid guard, and he's a lot better at right guard too. When Kevin Zeitler was here, he had to play left guard. I think Cleveland has always played on the right side going back to Georgia, and that's where he would be playing right now. Obviously, if Voorhees wins the left guard battle, which it seems like he's going to. So, yeah, man, I mean, obviously I'm not there. You're not there. But when you look at the film, like it looks like Ben Cleveland is a better player than Daniel Faalele.
Yeah, I'll just kind of to add on to some negatives. The quarterback department was pretty awful. I mean, like, there's not really any way to sugarcoat it. 5 combined completions between Leary and Cooper Rush in 16 attempts.
Yeah.
59 yards. Trey's laughing with us too in the comments. I mean, that was both throwing a pick as well. I mean, that is about as bad as you could imagine 2 quarterbacks playing in the preseason. I mean, I don't know what to think about that, to be honest. Besides, how did we win? Like, what? 24 to freaking 16 and you win that? I mean, it's bona fide preseason. I mean, we almost got 200 yards rushing. Maybe that, I guess, helps. But the quarterback department also getting who is a technical premier backup quarterback in Cooper Rush, and he goes out there for what, one drive? Was it one drive?
Might have been 2.
I think yeah. And one of them ends on a pick. I mean, what was it? The second play of the freaking game? Goodness gracious. I can't help but be terrified if Lamar were to miss a game or two this season.
First of all, Two Federal, really, really good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
Excited for you to be back with us this season. But yeah, Zach, I mean, you said 5 completions.
5 combined completions, yes.
Yeah, and I will say Cooper Rush was a very, very small sample size, and they have been, Zrebeck has been saying that Cooper Rush has looked better recently in camp.
Yeah, and
so
his throws have been good. They look nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna exclude Cooper Rush from this just because it was 2 drives. Devin Leary is like if Anthony Richardson wasn't good at running.
Huh.
Anthony Richardson was accurate. Anthony Richardson was accurate today. He was 2 for 3 before he got injured. Devin Leary, so many throws. It's like not even close. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Dayton Wade on like a 5-yard out. He just threw it way over his head. And then Tez actually beat his guy in one-on-one deep down the sideline.
I saw that.
And Leary, I don't even know where the ball ended up. It was like way behind him.
Yeah, camera was catching him upset after that. He was definitely showing some emotion.
Yeah, you're about to score a 30-yard touchdown in a preseason game, and the ball is like in the stands. So, Leary definitely doesn't look good. Maybe he's a really good practice guy and helps in the film room. Yeah, Two Federal Wester had a ball out of bounds too. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he's just really good practice guy in the film room. And third string quarterback doesn't matter that much. If your top 2 quarterbacks go down, your season is absolutely cooked. But I did kind of feel bad for the receivers tonight. I was, as a former receiver myself, sometimes when there's a quarterback that just cannot throw, it's pretty frustrating. So that was somewhat comical. Throw Malik Cunningham in there. He was a good quarterback at Louisville.
I assume they're going to give someone else a chance, right? Someone,
you would think,
if there is a third string quarterback job to be had. So I don't know. It's
because Rush isn't going to play that much. He is at least.
I hope they bring someone in. I hope they do. That'd be fun.
At least as of late, Rush has been one of the best backups in the league. So
yeah, especially a win-loss. He's legitimately
he's won games on Sunday Night Football.
He's a top caliber, backup quarterback, 100%.
Yeah.
Trey saying, I don't know why we didn't bring back Snoop. Great freaking point. I've been
Browns just signed him as their
snag
9th quarterback.
Yeah, 20th quarterback they own now. I think overall though, one of my high points I just wanted to touch on was just the return game in general. We mentioned Wester earlier, but it felt like every return it was, I have to be watching this because something could happen because of that return. Sure. But even the first one that you mentioned, that was all right, that was a little impressive. We're getting something, this whole thing looks different. It looks like we've put a lot of attention into it. So, did you have any thoughts on that? Maybe the other guys? I know we were talking about Ali as well, but any thoughts on that?
Yeah, overall the kick returns looked fine, which is good, besides the Ali one, which was really good. Overall, special teams looked good tonight. Obviously, we'll get into loop. Special teams was a struggle last year, and at least the return game today looked good. Real quick, just before we get into anything else, I do want to mention Bilhal Kone. I guess we can talk about that now. Really one of my guys in this draft class, before the Ravens drafted. A guy I really liked on day 3, him and Wester actually were 2 guys I really liked. Super tall corner, really, really fast. I think was working out with John Gruden over the summer too. Really, really tough injury. His leg was bent outside. It really did not look good. Towards ACL and MCL, which I'm going to be completely honest, I was expecting more. Last year, I think Keaton Mitchell tore ACL, MCL, LCL, and hamstring. So can definitely come back. But obviously sucks for a developmental type of rookie. to miss,
Mhm.
the whole entire first season.
Yeah, that's rough for the 6th-round selection for him. I mean, that's like it was a pretty sad thing to watch.
Yeah.
Just in general, it's especially seeing that it's a corner that we do tend to take a long time to develop. Just look at Armour-Davis and
Yeah.
how long he's been on the team. It sucks that there's another guy. Hopefully this doesn't happen, but injuries are plaguing. So it just kind of that
Hmm.
was a heartbreaking thing to happen. I'm glad
Yeah.
you mentioned it though. Flipping a little script, I don't know. Tyler Loop sure did piss me off with that first field goal miss, but um, point afters hitting the 50-yarder, I was like, you know what, buddy? I think we're back. So I don't know. It again, preseason, but I don't like the idea that we had been hearing, oh, Loop 7 for 7 today and training. Oh,
Yeah.
he was knocking them in today. And then tonight, the first one that he freaking kicks is crap. And I'm like almost spiraling. I'm like, no, this can't happen. What if we get to the play? Like seriously spiraling because of this. So,
Hmm.
what'd you think about it?
Yeah. Trey here, student at Arizona, and he said Loop is that guy. Yeah, man. I mean, Loop has I've been what, like 40 of 44 in training camp so far.
Something
And
crazy good.
I mean, like, that could easily just be like one of the 4 misses. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
yeah, he was 1 for 2 tonight. That doesn't mean he's gonna make 50% of his
The nerves, yeah.
kicks all year. I mean, I mean, all 3 extra points looked good, which I will say Tucker missed extra points last year, so it's worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, how long was the first one? 46? Do you remember? I think it
I
was
think
in the
that's right.
40s.
I think that's right.
Yeah, wide left. You could tell he missed kind of from the start. But I think, I feel not much worse than if he went 2 for 2 just because of making the 52-yarder after missing one. Like, you're gonna feel pretty good,
True.
like, knowing that he can overcome that, and he might hopefully won't get, like, the yips if he does miss one early in September. So, I mean, I feel pretty good about it. I'm not gonna I wouldn't say I'm gonna be losing sleep. I mean, if he's 1 for 2 in all 3 preseason games, I might be a little concerned. But,
Mhm.
also his
I like that. I like
tackle on
that.
the kickoff, uh,
Yeah.
Randy Brown was yelling at him to shove them out of bounds instead of wrap them up. Just don't wanna obviously get injured. But that was funny. So we know,
Mhm.
if someone breaks loose, Tyler Loop can bring him
He's
down.
got us. He's got it. No, I do feel the same about if it was to happen again, that's when we'd get concerned. But there was signs of if you do miss that, you go out there kick, a 50 plus is also,
Yeah.
especially if you miss a 40, that's got to be daunting. And to nail it after that kick, celebrating as you usually do, like the little head taps, everything like that. Stout is like in his ear, like, I got you. Like he is
Yeah,
talking to
yeah.
him, saying either something hopefully motivating, something like, that was just a good sign because they're gonna be doing this all year. So there was many reasons to have that stress lifted away. Um, did you have anything else you wanted to touch on? Bo Braid led the team in tackles, 7 of them. That was
Bo
something fun.
Braid Bo Braid was flying around. Him and Kane, it's very positive. Him and Kane, I think both could fill in at safety if they needed to. Like, I think
Mhm.
there's this whole thing of like, oh, who's going to be the number 3 safety without Ardarius? I just think they both can play, and I think the Ravens have 4 safeties that can go in there and play. Like, they both look good to me. Malaki Starks, obviously one of those 4 safeties who I think played 2 drives, had a tackle, looked fine, didn't, wasn't involved a ton. Um, but yeah, Starks obviously looked good in my opinion. Get him out of there for the last 2 preseason games. In terms of other secondary players, Armour-Davis, man, I would say I'd say Armour-Davis is probably my most impressive second defensive player tonight for sure.
Wow.
A couple PBUs, a couple like tackles in the open field when you could easily miss a tackle, and like he was playing slot a lot too. So I was wondering, maybe maybe he's like a backup. I mean, versatility, right? He was playing safety a lot early in camp and mini camp, I think. Um, Zach Orr mentioned how he's the smartest DB they have, which is
Mm,
you got Marlon, you got Jair, you got Hamilton. So for Zach Orr to say that about Armour-Davis, like
it's pretty cool.
I really just think it's been injuries. And like he was thrown into the fire his rookie year in 2022 and was getting burnt in September as a rookie. So I think that has some, we're thinking about that too
Yeah.
much. It's been, 3 years now. He could be a great player. So I thought he looked good. And then I'll let you take it away with your guy here.
Yeah, Mr. Jay Higgins all over the field tonight. I would say honestly, I thought you were gonna say that. I thought you were about to say, "Oh, I think Jay Higgins was my actual defensive MVP tonight." So I was waiting for you to go there, but let me find his stats here. 2 passes deflected. He was in on that last play on the 4th down.
Yeah, the pick.
Yeah, and for someone that whenever I had read his draft report a long time ago, or his scouting report a long time ago, where it was like, he's a competitive player and he has every mental and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But his physicals are like as bad as it gets. Like everything about him, it doesn't seem like he can play right. And he goes out there and balls. I was just proud of him. That's a fun thing to see. That's like another name where honestly, I thought he was going to get drafted, but ends up being a Raven. Pretty pumped for that. That was a fun little sprinkle, a little scouting from old Charm City Silent. Look at us, Wester and Mr. Higgins. Wow, feeling good.
Yeah, looking good for our future scouting capabilities there, Zach. Yeah, Higgins looked good. I would say Buchanan and Simpson I didn't notice them too much.
Quiet, yeah.
I am very much in terms of scouting and like what I trust myself to have to know the best and know what I'm watching is receivers and secondary. So like that's kind of what I pay attention to the most. I'm not always looking at the linebackers and the D line. So I paid a lot of attention to the secondary. I don't watch linebackers like a ton. But I saw some things on Twitter about Simpson maybe not looking great, but I mean Jay Higgins looked really good. It'd be funny. Jay Higgins and Roquan would be like the smallest linebacker room in the universe. So obviously Higgins would have a long way to go to start, but he looked really good tonight.
Yeah, that's a fun one. If you guys have any other stuff that we missed from just the game, feel free to comment them down below and we'll get to them. But I think I want to shift to a little bit of camp news. We didn't get to talk about, the big AD Mitchell cooking our secondary videos that were going crazy viral everywhere, and Nate Wiggins getting ejected. I mean, there were so many things that got talked about this week. Ravens apparently work on extensions. Brad, what was like the one you would lead off with if you talked about just camp news?
I would say, I mean, the fight is funny. I think they get like a little overblown. I don't really care that much that a fight happened at practice. You know what I mean? I don't really know why it gets so much attention on social media, but like, okay, it is funny. And the videos of Wiggins in the locker room that Marlon was filming with the phone in his face.
Of course.
I mean, that was obviously hilarious. I think something funny to mention is how people say like people are concerned about like the Ravens offense not looking good in practice. I think this happened last year too. And another thing I heard Zrebeck say is like the Ravens offense is never good in training camp for whatever reason. So I think that's something that has come up a little bit, and not to worry about that. Speaking of Nate Wiggins, it's just more like, I don't know if you've seen people on Twitter saying like, "Oh, I'm concerned about Nate Wiggins," or like, because there's been 3 clips of him losing a jump ball.
I see. Yeah.
It's just like, you don't know. First of all, even if that is fully true, it doesn't really matter. Second of all, like you have no idea what guys are working on, what technique they're trying for the first day in their life. Like in practice, you don't know this stuff. So I would just caution everyone to like not be too concerned of the videos you see. Obviously, it's fun to get hype about it. We see Zay Flowers breaking someone's ankles today.
Yeah,
like that's fun to watch. But maybe that DB that was the very first play of him trying something new that a coach just told him to try. You know what I mean? You don't know
True.
this stuff.
Hmm.
So it's all fun, but really what you should take into account more is, what you see in games and on game film.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about it is that if you do have that narrative and those videos going out about Wiggins, and then he gets freaking ejected from the freaking practice because he's getting in a fight,
Yeah,
it kind of adds up where it looks like he is, having a rough day, which is totally possible. I heard
possibly.
Jeff Zrebic talking about it where he's saying not every corner plays freaking 100% like amazing every time they're out there. They have bad days. So if it really was a bad day for Wiggins, that's okay. We do have a big group for that. But I mean, I don't know. I do love that he does have the fire in him because it seems
Mhm.
like our secondary in general just has a good amount of fire to him with Jair's hothead and with Marlon. So on the other hand, I'm okay that the fight little. I like a little fight. It does seem like there's always maybe just a little scruff or something like that in joint practices, even if it's
Yeah.
talked about very lightly, or if a first round talent kind of growing young star player gets ejected, then you do gotta mention it. So I don't know, I liked it. We do have a little bit of news, I guess, in that same practice. You were saying the offense didn't really get going. The only guys that did get going, Mark Andrews and Charlie Kolar, getting a few touchdowns. I saw a lot of highlights of Mr. Charlie Kolar. I was
Yeah.
impressed, especially given the likely news. If you have Kolar stepping into a tight end 2 spot for even if it's the first couple weeks, it takes like the load off the shoulders that, oh, okay, we still have a guy that is capable of providing a likely role.
Yeah, for sure. Andrews and Kolar, I heard, both looked really good the day of the Colts joint practice and were making the few plays that the Ravens offense was making on that day. So, I mean, obviously good to see. We all know Andrews plays well in practice and in regular season games. Kolar looked good last year, I would say, caught a few touchdowns, especially, when Andrews wasn't really involved in September. And, he's obviously going to need to play a role this September again. So that was good to see. Um, Emory Jones, Zach, who we can talk about now. Harbaugh, you can always tell when Harbaugh's a little frustrated or annoyed about something.
Mm.
And in a press conference this week, he sort of mentioned how he basically said Emory Jones's injury is healing slower than we thought it was going to. And, he hasn't been cleared yet. And I mean, it's whatever. This happens with the rookie, I'd say every single year. I mean, last year it kind of was Adisa Isaac, right?
Yeah.
Where he's just injured and no one really knows exactly why. And I'd love for Adisa Isaac to turn that narrative around where they end up working out after
That'd be
having a rookie
nice.
year like that.
Yeah.
But right now, it just doesn't look good with Emory Jones. And I mean, we would obviously love for him to be battling Voorhees and Faalele in Cleveland because,
Yeah.
I mean, the talent is there. I think we weren't excited exactly with that pick because there was a few other guys we liked more,
Right.
some other guards, and there was a couple interior D-line guys I really liked at the time. But I still, I would like him to be out there competing. He obviously it's not his fault he has to get cleared by a doctor,
Yeah.
but we could be looking at a, IR, starting the season on IR here, probably.
Yeah, not liking that for his headline of training camp. I did mention very briefly Dan Graziano mentioning that Ravens are working towards extensions with likely Hamilton and Linderbaum. I don't think that's shocking by any means.
Hmm.
I think that I'd be very happy, maybe a little surprised if it gets done before week 1. Like, I think it might be a priority for the front office, but I just don't see them getting that type of thing done before then. But obviously, everyone in the fan base, if it was to to happen, I'm all game for it. So, any thoughts on that before we wrap it up?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like sometimes we're used to this stuff not happening in the season just because we know that extensions for Lamar were never able to happen during season because he doesn't have an agent. But like we've seen extensions happen during seasons with the Ravens, Marlon Humphrey,
Yeah.
Ronnie Stanley. So yeah, this could happen on a Tuesday morning at 6:30 a.m. in November, and
Yeah.
you just wake up and see
That's what I'm
Ravens
thinking.
4-year extension with Tyler Linderbaum. So yeah, I would love for all three of these to be done during the season, especially if likely comes back and looks strong. You could probably see an extension coming.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I think we can agree all three of those guys are going to be Ravens for at least the next few years. I think all three of them will get extended. So that's good to see as well. I mean, it's a report, but yeah, like you said, it's also we kind of know that.
Yeah.
One last thing, I just forgot to mention preseason TJ Tampa looked good tonight. He played, I think, almost the whole entire game. So just goes to show how deep the Ravens secondary is. I just don't want to like miss any other players that had a good. Keon Martin had a great game.
I heard about him.
Ruben Lowry, who's a guy that might make this roster as a UDFA. I think he's from like Chattanooga or something. Yeah, Chattanooga, because Harbaugh mentioned him in a presser. He can play slot corner, he can play outside corner, he can play safety. So he had a good game. I mean, who on the defense didn't have a good game, right? Like maybe the linebackers. Brett
It's
Urban,
valid.
by the way, kind of unblockable when he played the first couple drives. I mean, it's kind of not fair if Brett Urban is out there. It was like
It's a bad
Will
look for the
Dis
Colts too.
Will Disley, the tight end for the Chargers, playing in the Hall of Fame game. Like, it's like, what is he doing out there? Like, he's just like
That's
easily had a bunch of catches on that Chargers first drive, and it's like it's kind of I felt the same with Brett Urban. Like, I guess you got to play certain guys, but they couldn't block him. Aeneas Peebles made a few plays, so yeah, defense
yeah,
looked really good.
yeah, pretty all around great battle. I mean, just defensively and obviously a lot of prayers up to Anthony Richardson, Kone. That kind of sucks to see happen. And I think that it was a great kind of just look for a bunch of defensive young guys that we were hoping that can show something, did show something.
Yeah,
I think that Wester showed about as much as possible. You talk about Loop, he did about as good as he can. There were so many positive remarks. We had a very heavy outweigh of positives compared to negatives. And it's also right after the game as well. So maybe we have a couple here and there. But overall, great week. We're going to be back sometime next week, covering probably post the next game, giving you another recap with all that. If we don't, we'll have something fun for you guys. But yeah, this definitely feels like football's here. This is
yeah,
I got smacked in the face whenever I saw, first couple drives. I'm like, yeah, it's a month until the real deal is here. So
yeah.
pumped to have all of you guys with us. Like the video, subscribe, share with your friends. Let's get a big group going for the start of the season. And yeah, we do have memberships going. That's a new part. We are monetized with YouTube now. It's a big accomplishment for us, but we want you guys to be a part of it as well. Memberships, it'll have exclusive content for you guys. And yeah.
Appreciate Trey to Federal.
Heck yeah. We'll shout out.
For being here tonight. If anyone is watching us for the first time, feel free to hit the subscribe button. We'll be very active all season. And yeah, we are thinking about maybe doing an episode where we are going to do one. Predicting every Ravens game of the season is going to be sometime next week, Zach.
Oh, yes, that's it. That's the one.
We will make that work. So yeah,
fun.
That's going to be fun. That'll be next week, along with obviously the continual training camp updates. So yeah, like the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new. And we will see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.